If you guys want to be in with a chance of winning 100,000 coins on Ultimate Team in my October giveaway, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Best of luck and enjoy the video. Hey guys, TOTW here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best players to invest in from Team of the Week 4. As always, if you get the right players at the right prices, you're guaranteed to make profit. It's as simple as that, and in this squad we've got loads and loads of players that will make you guys thousands of coins. So if you guys do enjoy the video, if you do, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's just get straight on into it with the main starting 11. I'll go through every single player in the squad and I'll let you guys know whether or not I'd recommend investing in them, and if so, at what price. So we start off in goal with David Ospina. Bear in mind, all these cards have only been in packs now for about 20 minutes or so they're all going to be a little bit more overly inflated compared to what they will be in a couple of days' time. I'd recommend just monitoring these player prices and picking them up at around the price that I recommend to you guys to get them for, and you should be good. And I think Ospina is a really good investment. He plays for Napoli in the Serie A, so he's got a good usable league. He's the best Colombian keeper by quite some way on the game as well. And if you get him for around this guy price, I'd say anything below about 10.5k, you're good to go. Every single week I invest in every single this guy price in form, and he's a good one for you guys to go ahead and get. Next up is Havertz, and I think this is a really good investment as he's an 84 rated in form, and given the fact that he plays in the Russian league, he's a left back with 55 pace. He's going to be so cheap. No one is going to use this card at all. I could see him hitting maybe like 13,000 coins, and if you guys invest in him at that price, which I think he'll easily hit, just get him really at the low point that he reaches, you guys will be able to easily sell him. I mean, look, he's going for like 15k now, there's one for 14k, he'll probably hit like 12k, maybe even lower, and I could see him going up to like 20-25k in the future, as he's German. We're going to have Bundesliga Player of the Month SBCs in the future. The hype around those is going to drive guys like this up in price, so definitely a really nice investment in my opinion. You can also link him to Corluka, so if you're using him in an SBC, Corluka's I think 82 rated, so quite usable there. Really good investment in my opinion. We then have Delete. Now this guy, he's got really nice stats. He's really usable in terms of the stats, but the issue is he doesn't play in the best of leagues, and I mean, not many people really use Dutch players on the game. I know there are quite a few good Dutch players, but not really on Ultimate Team really, apart from Promise, and you can't really link him to Delete anyway. But he's probably going to hit like, I'd say maybe 14,000 coins. I know he is really good in terms of stats, but he just isn't very usable. But he's going to be an 83 rated in form. Because of that, he will be useful for SBCs. So I would definitely recommend picking up at that price. He's a good one to keep an eye on and get as cheaply as possible. We've got Ruben Dias, who I think is going to be one of those good discard price investments. He's Portuguese, could be useful maybe potentially if someone like Bruma, for example, in the Bundesliga, or maybe Bernardo Silva in the Premier League. Any of those types of players have a good month. The Premier League or the Bundesliga Player of the Month hype kind of starts building up. They could be some good investments to pick up and would therefore rise in price because of that. So I think this Ruben Dias card could be good for that, but just because he's a discard price in form, that'll make him a good investment anyway, but that's just something else that could increase his price on top of that. So you're looking to get him for about 10.5k or below. Get him on bid, snipe him, and you should be good. We've also got Sabitzer right here. This guy is really good, and I'm not sure what kind of price he'll settle at, because in the Bundesliga there aren't that many good attack midfielders. You've got James Rodriguez, and that's about it really, I'd say, for kind of an elite player. Sabitzer's got those stats. Really good pace, shooting, physical, dribbling, and passing, and he's also got 4-star weak foot. He doesn't have 4-star skill moves, which is a slight downside to the card. Because of that, I could see him hitting maybe 25k or below, and I think at that price that would be a good time to pull the trigger. If you see him for 25,000 coins or lower, or just kind of monitor his price really, see what he drops to, he'd be worth picking up because he's 84 rated, so he will be good for SBCs, and he is a really usable player. You can link him to Timo Werner, and I think that attack midfield to striker link, maybe in like a 4-3-3-4 or something, one of those formations, could be very popular. So if you see him around that kind of price, you can pick him up. We've also got Hulk. Now this guy here is very hyped right now. He's going for, I mean, like 200, 300k, which is crazy. I do definitely see him dropping down in price, that's for sure, and I think we'll see a lot of these informs drop tomorrow when we have FUT Champion rewards coming out. Lots of Team of the Week packs will be open, so we will see these cards drop a lot then, which I think is going to be a good time to try and snipe some of them maybe. We saw with Talisca, who has quite a similar card really, apart from the physical, I'd say, to Hulk, and he was about 25k. He rose to 60k very quickly within the space of about a week or so. I think Hulk could have a big increase, but I don't see him dropping nearly as much. Maybe he could reach like 100k or below. I think maybe about 70, 80k would be a price he may settle at. But I mean, he does have a crazy card already, so it's going to be interesting. But it is central. I'm not sure if he always plays centrally. His default cards are right mid, so this could be quite a rare card. He may get other informs, but on the right hand side. But I wouldn't invest him in at a really high price, just because he plays in the Chinese Super League, and it means he's probably going to get a lot of informs, and I don't really like investing in high-end players just because they do score a lot of goals and often get more informs, and that means the card you have could drop in price if he plays well, which isn't ideal. But if he drops maybe like to 70k, something like that, you could pick him up. We've also got Ross Barkley. Now this one's interesting. He is really expensive right now, like massively overinflated. This guy is obviously not worth like 130k or whatever. I could see him dropping to maybe 25k or below, just because he doesn't really have that good of a card. Does he have 4-star skills? He does actually have 4-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot, and he's 6'2". Really nice card there, but just the stats really. He doesn't have anything that jumps out on the card apart from the dribbling. He doesn't have over 80 for pace or shooting, anything like that. I mean, you could use him as a centre mid or attack midfielder quite effectively, but I think unless he drops to about 20-25k, you're not going to want to pick him up. But if he drops really cheaply, he could be a really good investment because he's English, plays in the Premier League and for Chelsea, so that's going to cover you for maybe Player of the Month Hazard in the future. Not the next Player of the Month Hazard, but if he gets another card in the future, or any other Chelsea players, maybe Kante or someone, or an English player like Harry Kane, or just a Premier League player in general, you could be covered there. So I think he's definitely a decent investment if he drops low enough. We've got Mbappe now. I was talking about high-end players. They don't get much higher end right now on Ultimate Team than Mbappe. He's one of the most expensive informs on the game right now. Going for about 1 million coins, very rare, very good card. The issue with him though is he will definitely get more informs. He's playing in the Liga, he's tearing up. He scored 4 goals in 15 minutes to get this inform against Lyon, and he's guaranteed to get more informs. Probably within the next month or so he'll get another one, and that makes these types of high-end investments not very good. I never really invest typically in the big expensive players from a team of the week, just because it's a lot of coins, and you could spend all of those coins on some discard price cards and make a lot safer profit really. You can make a similar amount, but it's going to be safer. You're not going to stand the chance of maybe losing out on a lot of coins, because with Mbappe, for example, you could get this card at a good price, but let's say in 2 weeks' time he scores a hat-trick or he scores 2 goals and he gets in the team of the week again. This will no longer be the best version of the card, and it will plummet down. I'm talking like it will drop by about 200 or 300k, so I wouldn't invest in Mbappe despite him being one of the best cards on the game. Lacazette, I would probably say the same, just because he's a player who I could definitely see getting more informs in the future. He's now starting for Arsenal, who are playing very well, by the way, and for that reason I'm worried he could get more informs. I know it's a really good card, but not one that I would personally invest in. And then Immobile and Icardi aren't really the types of players that suit Ultimate Team that well. Neither of them have the skill moves. If you look there, I think they both have 3-star skills. Icardi may even have 2-star. Let's check. No, he's got 3-star as well. And I mean, they're really good players in real life, some of the best strikers in the world, but no one really uses people like Icardi or Immobile on FIFA. People go towards those more kind of agile, pacey players that have the skill moves. Even though pace isn't everything this year, you just don't really see many people using these types of cards, so they're not really going to change that much in price. And also the Serie A isn't the most used of leagues this year. You're looking more towards the Premier League and maybe some of those more popular nations like France as well that are built into hybrids. Now, for some reason, we don't have any reserves in this Team of the Week, which is really weird. I think there are some kind of trashy informs. There's a silver and some low rated golds. I never invest in them anyway, so I mean that doesn't matter, but I think it's just glitched and isn't showing them for some reason. But yeah, we've got a King right here from the Premier League. Really good investment in my opinion. I'm not sure how low he'll drop. I mean, right now he's really expensive, but he'll probably hit like 20k or lower. He does have a really nice card. He's not got the most usable of nations, being Norwegian, which could be kind of something that impacts his ability to rise in price. But I still think he's got a really nice card, and that means he will go up and just kind of get him towards that low point. I'm not sure how low he'll go. As I said, maybe like 20-25k, and I think he could be a good investment maybe for Premier League Player of the Month in future, and just because he's got a good card. He's got OP stats, he's got good pace, good dribbling, he's got skill moves, he's got 4-star I believe, he's 6 foot tall, he just has a nice card. I've used his gold card in my starter team and he was actually really good, so I may try this card out, but I think he is definitely a decent investment there. We've also got Paco Alcácer, and I really like this card as an investment because he's Spanish, he plays for Dortmund in the Bundesliga, so he's going to cover you for the Bundesliga Player of the Month and also for the La Liga Player of the Month and Premier League Player of the Month, where you've got a lot of good Spanish players. David Silva, for example, loads of good players in the La Liga, obviously, as you'd expect, who are Spanish, so he's going to cover you for a lot of SBC options. He also plays for Dortmund, where you've got Royce, Sancho, Paco Alcácer himself, who's been very good so far this season. I think he's scored on his debut, then came on against Bayer Leverkusen with a few minutes to go, scored 2 goals, including the winner, and then he scored a hat-trick the game after, so he's been really good, so we could potentially see him, and I think we almost definitely will see him, involved in the Player of the Month hype for next month in the Bundesliga, and that will mean this card will rise up a lot, and he's already like 15k. I mean, look at that, he will be discard priced. You'll be able to get this card for 11 to 10k, and I'm just going to spam invest him. I'll get so many of him, I'll probably get at least 10, keep him on my transfer list, and I think we could easily see him rise to like 20k within the next month or so. Very, very safe investment there. Stuani's also a really nice investment. He's 83 rated and isn't that quick, so no one's really going to use him. Also, given the fact he plays for Girona and Uruguay, not the most usable of combos, you kind of have to build a full La Liga team around him to incorporate him on full chemistry. And look, he's already 14k, and he's been in the team of the week for half an hour now. So, I mean, there's one for 13k here. For an 83 rated inform, that is just too cheap, and I think tomorrow morning with the team of the week packs and everything, I think it's the morning, maybe 6 PM. I'm not fully sure when FUT Champion rules come out. He'll be discard price. You'll be able to bid on him, you'll be able to snipe him, get him for like 11k or so, and for an 83 rated inform, that's a very good price. When we have guaranteed team of the week SBCs or anything that really requires cards like this, we will see this type of card here rise to maybe 17, 18, 19k very, very easily. And also, he's Uruguayan, so you've got Suarez, who will almost certainly be embroiled within the hype of Player of the Month in La Liga at some point in the future, which is a thing we will apparently have on the game. I have heard a lot of rumours about that. We will see him rise up in price. Because of that, there aren't that many Uruguayan informs, so I think he's a really, really good investment. And with the price he's currently at, he's going to be discard price, which for an 83 rated inform who isn't a goalkeeper is really, really good. So one of the best investments in my opinion. James Forrest, I think if you can get him for discard price, there's someone already bidding 35k on him, which I really don't see why you do that, because he will be discard price within like an hour or so. Definitely worth investing in at that kind of 10k price point. Every week I invest in discard price informs, and he's a really good one to go with, as he does actually have quite a nice card. We've also got Hoffman. I really like this card as an investment. He's been moved from a right mid to a centre mid. He's got good stats, and he'll be discard price again. Covers the Bundesliga Player of the Month options. He's German and plays in the Bundesliga, so really good for that. And you'll be able to get him for about 11 to 10k. I'll be mass bidding on him, getting lots of him. Solid investment right there. But we've also got Tonelli. He actually has a really nice card. I mean, over 70 for pace, physical and defending, which is what you want for a centre back. And he's already very, very cheap. He plays in Italy, so he's quite a usable player. Serie A and Italy, you can link him up to people like Chiellini, for example, and he'll be discard price again. Really solid investment, good card, so he's definitely a usable player and could be good for SBCs. You'll be able to probably get him for 9.9k, complete discard price, so a really, really nice investment there. And then finally, we've got Oye right here. He's going to be within, I'd say, like, he's already super, super cheap, but I mean, it's currently half past 6, so the team of the week's been out for half an hour. I'd say in 2 hours he'll be going for 9.9k, complete minimum by now. But if you get him for that price, 9.9k, bid on a few of them, get a couple of these. Just store one in your club, I'd say. That's what I do. I go through every single week, I pick up every single discard price inform. I just get one of them, store them in my club. If it's a really good investment, maybe someone like Paco Alcácer, I get several of them, and I keep them on my transfer list. And they always go up. I mean, I did this with the last team of the week. Finn Bogason was 9.9k. He's already about 13, 14k because of Bundesliga Player of the Month hype. Stark was about 13k. He's now 18k. You see all these cards rise up loads very, very quickly. We saw Talisca a couple of, I think it was 2 weeks ago, 25k up to 60k within about a week or so. You see these cards rise up loads. So in conclusion, I think the best investments from this team of the week are Hoverdes, as he's going to be super, super cheap as an 84 rated inform. He'll be by far the cheapest because he's just not at all usable. He'll be like 12k or so, and he'll be really good for SBC. So I could see him doubling price in the future. We've also got, I think, all of these cards here. The main standout ones being Paco Alcácer and Stuani and Hoffman, I'd say. All of these ones will be around discard price, so spam invest in cards like Alcácer and Stuani. They will definitely go up with Player of the Month hype and all those types of things in the future, especially Alcácer. I think that's a really, really good investment. King, if he drops cheap enough, will be a good one, quite a usable player. All these guys here, if you get them for like 9.9, 10k, 10.5k, you can't lose out. They can't really drop down, they can only rise and will make you lots of profit. And also I think this guy here, Ruben Diaz, will be similar. He'll be like 10k. Discard price, Ospina as well, same kind of thing there. He is a goalkeeper, so won't rise as much, but he is quite usable and he's the best Colombian keeper. But there we go, that is the full squad. I've gone over everyone, let you guys know who I would recommend investing in. The people I'd stay away from would be these guys there, so you've got those four. I think Delete will be a good one if he drops cheap enough. Hulk I'd stay away from unless he drops really cheap, and Barkley and I think King as well. If they drop to like 20, 25k, worth investing in them. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, let me know down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you later. Take care.